Jordan, can you say the coolest thing that you can think of as if you're the front man of a band and then hit that red button?
In Norwegian. Oh, you can't speak Norwegian.
I can't speak Norwegian.
Like, no!
I don't know what to say. Like,
What?
Ooh, I fucked it. I tried to smooth fade back in. It didn't work.
I'm going to say that is probably the only thing Jordan can say if he was the front man of a band.
I don't know what to say.
No.
I mean,
Let me just adjust these levels. I was expecting like a kind of like sort of oh fuck, even I can't do it.
exactly. It's so
kind
hard.
of, kind of.
It's so.
Get fucking ready. I want to see those circle bits. Like that.
There we are. Just use that instead.
Welcome, Motus Prodcast. You're back again.
Yes, indeed.
We need to get better at intros, don't we?
Yeah, I know, because we've only just. Hi, Jordan.
I feel like the chaos of it though is what's good about it.
Jordan, can you speak into the microphone and not be fucking unprofessional? So turn. If we all want to look at each other, let's all. Yeah.
I'm going to do this.
Yeah. Sorry for the noise.
There we go.
There we are.
Okay. Still getting used to the new equipment.
I'm cold.
Things. Yeah, that's quite a nice jumper. You look like a sailor.
Look at this, though.
A massive rip in your shoulder. Yeah. No, Motus Prodcast. This is the podcast where, I think we said this last week, we're meant to talk about parkour. We basically just talk about music. And there's some really good music to talk about this week, which I do want to talk about.
I'm glad that all three of us are here to talk about that.
But we should talk about Jordan first and other things.
Why do you keep putting it there?
It is mine.
Jordan, your glass of water is right there.
Oh shit, yeah.
That's why. Mate, I keep rubbing off your Hewley lips from around the glass. You see me do it twice.
Is that what that is?
I was like, what the fuck's that? And then
Not human.
We're spreading bloody corona around.
Yeah, but like let's be real. Like if I have corona, yous have definitely got corona.
Yes, because I've already drunk from your coffee mug by accident.
But also just the fact of me being in your house as well.
We Jordan basically texted me kind of as a joke and was like, I'm going to fly to England. And I thought he was being serious. So then basically made plans for him. And then 2 days later, he was in England.
Yep.
And he didn't have to we thought he was going to have to isolate for like 2 weeks, which would have meant you couldn't come, but then you didn't have to. So you just booked a flight and you're here.
Well, we think I didn't have to.
Well, they didn't tell you to.
It said Norway was exempt. But then like when I was doing the passenger locator form, it was like, oh, you potentially might have to quarantine.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
What about on the way back? Do they?
I have to quarantine on the way back. I think like 10 days or something. So yeah.
At least it'll be at your flat. So that's all right.
Yeah.
I got to come. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you're never going home.
No, basically.
We've decided.
Literally, I'm getting held hostage. Giles keeps on saying like, can you just stay for an extra week?
You've got Huel.
Well, Jordan's turned up and just gone like productive mode, which is what we want to talk about on this podcast anyway. But you've just like one of the things we need to do sometime in the next month was shoot the lookbook. And it wasn't like, oh, let's fly Jordan to England to shoot the lookbook. But Keelan was here, Jordan was here. I've been busy with like a load of random other bullshit. And these guys just kind of started messing around and I've ended up shooting beautiful photos. And it's like, oh, well, I guess that's happened.
That's the lookbook.
Yeah. I've hardly touched my laptop because you just keep dragging me down like to places and snapping photos. And we've got so many photos, but they're not the lookbook apparently, but they're going to be.
That's the lookbook. Yeah. The lookbook's got shot. We've got more to get. But
wasn't meant to be the lookbook.
Accidental lookbook. It
just happened,
So can't complain.
Thank you.
But you're a bit of a productivity master, apart from when you disappear upstairs and striptease people on FaceTime.
I went to talk to my lady friend,
We found him in bed with his top off and he was video calling and I was like, that's what's
cool.
going on here?
What's happening? But it's just being here in England. It's not like that at home. Like,
okay.
I try my best, but I wouldn't be able to just smash out a lookbook like by myself in Norway.
I think you're pretty good in Norway.
I mean,
what do you mean? You wouldn't be able to smash out a lookbook. You literally did smash out a lookbook.
Well, yeah, I know, but like...
I sent you the Soul Destroyer clothes and you did it on your own.
Yeah, well, with Matthias as well.
Yeah,
but
good old Matthias.
You're awesome, dude.
Thanks,
Don't ever let anyone put you down. Okay.
Words from Keelan Ryan. What do we want to do first? You were literally writing questions for this, whereas I was just like, fuck
only
it.
a couple, like not questions. My brain's forgetful. But we're going to talk about basically how Jordan lives because he's fucking productive. He's super healthy. He eats so much.
Non-stop eating.
Yeah. He does everything. And I want to be able to do that too. So
and he's
got
a nose ring.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Wow.
I don't have that. But you're going to tell everyone how they can be like you, basically. That's what this podcast is going to be.
Right.
About.
So it's just
Fuck.
shit. I have to talk so much.
Have a shower in your kitchen.
Basically. But just move to Norway.
Yeah.
But why? Why does that make... Look at me.
Because you get a, what's that card?
Oh, your dentist card.
No.
Tennis card.
What's it called?
it means fizzy drink in...
Your pop card.
Bruce.
Bruce.
Yeah.
A dentist was involved.
Yeah, the card
Get your
that lets you
dentist
do
card.
everything and go everywhere and just,
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just so much to do.
Yeah.
Like, everything's so accessible. And even though it's pretty expensive, it's not if you work.
Yeah. Well, what's your like typical day
If you
look
work.
like?
Well, this summer has been the best summer of my life. Like,
Yeah.
it's just been so good because two very good friends have moved back from very far up north in a place called Stavanger. They moved to Oslo this summer, and it's just been constant training, sauna, climbing, like absolutely everything. And it's so
Sick.
much fun. And like just filling my days with getting up early. We literally for maybe 3 weeks straight, woke up in the morning at 7 a.m., just went to the sauna, had like a 3-4 hour sauna, went training, and then I went to work at like around 4:30 or something like that. Worked until like 10, and then most of the time I wouldn't actually go home. We'd go and play pool, have a few beers, and then just rinse and repeep.
I would like
That's
to just
so
add
sick.
in the bit that you told me where basically you said you go for a couple of beers, have too many beers, wake up early. I'm assuming with that kind of alcohol fear where you're like, oh God, and then you sauna and sweat it out.
Yeah.
And rinse and repeat.
That's
Yeah.
sick. And does that work? Does the sauna actually like...
Yeah, but
Make you feel-
I've never been one for hangovers anyway. Like
Okay.
I'm not too bad, but like
Doesn't sound sustainable in the long run, health wise.
not really. But I'm not saying like we weren't doing this for a week. For a week, we were
That
maybe,
soundgate just kicked in. It was like,
we weren't doing
for
it
a
every-
week. Maybe we did it like almost every night.
Yeah.
But
Living
like
the life,
it wasn't
yeah.
getting like.
But was that
absolutely
like
bladdered.
height of summer?
Yeah,
Really?
it
Yeah.
was so good.
of course, it's like...
And obviously,
Yeah.
like I haven't been working as much as well because of Corona.
yeah, wait, can we address the kind of, it's not the elephant in the room, but like, because I mean, Jordan, people have died and you said this is the best summer of your life. It's fairly insensitive. No, you stepped off the plane and we went to get a Greggs because Jordan was like in withdrawal from
Yep.
needing a Greggs. So we went to the service station and he was like, whoa, you have to wear masks inside? Like, so this for those in America, Europe, etc., the Corona situation in Norway is fairly fucking chill, right?
Yeah, like there are still numbers and like it is still happening, but it's weird because like it doesn't seem like anything's going on. That's the thing. If you go onto buses and public transport, people are like recommended to wear masks, and pretty much everybody does because Norwegians always follow the rules. They always do what they're told, kind of thing, which is good.
Yeah.
So pretty much everybody's wearing masks on transport, but in terms of going into stores and stuff, like I still do, and like some people still do, but it's not.
But it's fine if you like
It's
forget
not
it.
enforced,
or,
but yeah,
like,
if you
just
forget it,
don't.
it's not a
Yeah,
problem.
yeah.
Like, and like centers are still open, gyms are still open. They've just like certain precautions put in place, but life just seems so normal apart from obviously businesses are getting shut down and stuff like that.
So this summer just felt like a normal summer.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
What did Norway do that was different?
Well,
Did they
took,
just not let anyone in?
yeah, they acted really fast when like Corona was like a first thing in February when it first came around.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because
properly
I was obviously meant to get on a plane to Norway.
Yeah.
And Norway locked down
Yeah.
like what, 2 weeks before England?
Yeah. But
And Norway's got a lot less people. Like,
exactly.
for a country. You did have like a lockdown though, didn't you? Because I remember there was a couple of weeks where it was a little bit.
Yeah, we did. We had a lockdown where everything closed.
Yeah.
So like all restaurants and stuff, but you weren't locked down yourself. Like
Yeah,
you could
okay.
go out and do whatever you want. It's just everything was closed.
Okay.
That was when the Minecraft server started, wasn't it? We won't talk about that.
Is there a lot of, what's Norway like in terms of like the media and fear mongering? And I guess you can't.
I actually really don't know. That's the thing. Like, I mean, I'm aware there's like papers and stuff and news articles. There's like a really like a one that all Norwegians read. I don't know what it's called though, but that keeps people fairly updated. But
You don't know what, like,
I
'cause
don't
obviously-
really know what goes on. Yeah.
English American media, there's a lot of like, some of it's mass kind of like just fear. Like,
I don't think it's like that.
can you read Norwegian?
Ish. It depends what I can understand.
What's it look like? Is it like I don't know if this is offensive, but is it like
Viking. How
Like
is that what you're
Viking
gonna say?
script.
The Viking script. It's just English letters in different places.
Fuck's sake.
It's crazy.
I wish there were still some countries that had like epic. I guess like some of the Far
Epic.
East countries have
What?
like cool.
letters.
You have
Yeah.
three different letters. So
Chinese and Japanese.
That's
to be
very
fair,
valid.
That's fucking mental.
But you see Chinese a lot.
Yeah,
I want to
you
like
kinda know
find
it.
out that Iceland has
Another.
like all their symbols look like the shit from Lord of the Rings or something.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I just didn't like that would be cool.
Wait, so did you say it's just like normal alphabet?
yeah, normal alphabet,
But different.
three extra letters.
Three extra letters.
What
Do
are
you know?
they?
So it's an A with a dot above, which makes like a. I could be. I'm gonna fuck this up. So
Go on.
It's like a O sound.
Oh.
And then you've got like a O, like the Motus logo without the
Yeah,
sides,
yeah, and it's
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I've seen that.
Yeah, and then you've got and it's like an A and an E, like combined.
Yeah.
And it's like a yeah.
I've seen all of those before.
Yeah.
I'm guessing other countries have those as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Motus.
Motus.
Do you think a lot of people see that our logo and think
I
about
have
that?
a sneaking suspicion that when Motus first started and our top selling country for a number of months was Sweden, that potentially, I mean, it did also correlate with the fact that I'd spent a lot of time in Sweden and we had people like Marcus Gustafsson wearing a lot of Motus at the start.
Motus.
And all those kids were quite influenced. But I was like, I wonder if they just like the symbol.
Because it's like, that's one of our letters.
Yeah.
How nice.
Yeah, so Corona's been pretty chill for you, therefore you've just turned into like, because you sent me a voice message the other day, and you're an hour ahead, but you were like, oh, I've been up for like 3 hours. I just like did some stuff that we won't mention on the podcast, and then went to the gym and lifted, and then I went climbing, and now I'm training. And it was I was walking Darwin, and it was 8 a.m. I was like, fucking hell! Like sometimes I think I'm quite productive, but I was like, okay, cool. Well, like you sat. Recently, it feels like you have become a proper, like, as the title of this podcast that we've already predetermined, your work-life balance is very, very good in terms of maintaining jobs, which you've now lost, but you were maintaining them, and you were being very, very physical at the same time, i.e. training different things, staying very fit, you eat healthy. You're definitely one that a lot of free runners should try and emulate in terms of lifestyle, I should say.
And what was it you said the other day about like, if anyone says that they don't have time to like train or something when I
can't remember. I know what you're talking about.
But you know what I mean?
Said,
you were just like, that's bullshit.
Yeah. Well, it is. Like, it's bullshit. If you're saying you don't have time to train, it's just bullshit. Like you just need to either get up earlier or just rearrange your day a bit better.
Ooh. But yeah, I mean, you were telling us the other day that you're more of a night owl.
Yeah,
yet
100%.
you still manage to get up early on certain occasions.
Yeah, I mean, like I do sleep in like everybody else. Like I'm not like up at 6 a.m. every single day, doing my skincare routine, going to the gym and like all this stuff. But majority of the time, like, again, this summer's just been getting up early, just doing so much stuff. I've got a lot of friends who like, and it's Norway as well. Like like I said, everything's so easily accessible. Like I can just take a 5-minute train and be out in like the woods and go for like a nice hike or climb or something like that.
So that kind of stuff, I guess, is quite a big factor in how you've enabled this. Yeah. Because of your surroundings.
100%, yeah.
Like if you were back in Newcastle, you'd be not like this.
No. Not
as much.
It's like, I don't know, it's a different type of feel. Like in Newcastle, I wouldn't want to wake up in my council house and like go and get a public bus and then just be like going through like really boring kind of city kind of life, and then go to like an indoor climbing gym. That's pretty bad because that's what I kind of used to do. But like here, it's like, I take like a 5-minute bus through like lovely, beautiful nature.
I can imagine it's really clean. It's really clean as well. Like
I'm just at this like huge crag that is just bloody God knows how high, and it's just amazing. Like it's just so nice. So it's so motivating, and like it's like,
and you got parkour parks everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. I mean that's not too good in winter, but
sick gyms.
Yeah.
So you have got savage winters, but so it sounds like your environment is actually quite a big factor.
It definitely is. Yeah, 100%.
That's interesting because like sometimes you meet people and they're like, oh, I feel like I could do so much better if I just moved somewhere else. But it's like
that is kind of valid.
Yeah,
but
I
don't think you should entirely blame it on.
No. I think it's very valid, but I think.
But then they shouldn't just.
It's very easy to put down
that idea because then Jordan moved on his own. Well, I don't know. Did you move with? You moved on his own to Norway.
How old are you?
20.
And how old are you?
Exactly. I'm 20. Yeah. So like that's for me. That would be mental.
Yeah.
Like, and was that the first time you'd moved out?
Yeah. Yeah, I just moved.
Yeah,
straight.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's first time moving out. I'm going to move to Norway.
Mum, I'm leaving home. Where you going, love?
Nobody believed me. Like,
Really?
Yeah, because I was
You're like that kid who's like, I'm running away. They're like, no, you're not.
Like, oh, you're lying. But I was just so determined. Like, I've always been very independent. And yeah, from when I came back from the Oslo movement trip that summer, and I got like offered the potential coaching job, I came back and I was like, yeah, I can move to Norway. And I was like, what's actually stopping me from moving to Norway? Like nothing. And I came back, I was like, I'm moving to Norway in like October.
Were you not like, oh, I'm going to lose all my Norway, my like Newcastle friends and stuff like that?
Yeah, well, that was obviously a big factor, but I just like, I had a lot of friends in Norway as well who I knew.
Basically Newcastle boys, he doesn't care about you.
Yeah, not at all. No, I actually love everybody back home, but it's one of those things like you've just got to take the opportunity. Like, every time I come back to Newcastle, I know they're going to be there. Like, I've still got so many friends. I still talk to them over Discord.
It's like saying yes to the opportunity. Because there's a lot of people who like maybe would be presented with something like that and they kind of are too comfortable and they're like, I don't want to leave my friends. I don't want to move to school or whatever. Like, don't take that risk.
Like, because I could have just moved there. If things didn't work out, I wasn't happy. I could just move back.
True.
I'm not going to say it's not all sunshine and butterflies. Like, there was periods and stuff where it was a bit like, like a little bit lonely, but
you still do have a shower in your kitchen. Like maybe one day you could level up. So
was it ever a struggle to pay for rent and things?
Yeah. Oh
it
God.
Was.
Like,
I mean, even now maybe.
No, it's not. It's not a trouble right now. But
it's just
Jesus
expensive.
Christ, like I've been through some stuff. But
done horrible things for rent money.
It's kind of like the whole experience though. And like,
I'm jealous of like because you would, as we were saying the other night, like I've never lived alone. I moved out of home into home with Sarah, which is great, but also, as I've openly admitted on this podcast, Sarah's been incredibly beneficial to my life in the sense that she supported the entire Motus journey. And there have been times I have had very fucking little money. I still like, and therefore she's just been incredibly supportive. Whereas I almost regret that I was never put into that position of like, if I was to go back in hindsight, I would want to do everything on my own first to get used to that, like not needing to rely on someone kind of thing. Like it's not, I don't think it's really interesting actually. If you see people who have relied on parents or family members or girlfriends or boyfriends too much, they like not struggle, but it's like, it's harder to break out of that.
Exactly.
And I've definitely experienced a bit of that, I think. But so describe a day in your life that's not like
pre-COVID, let's not
or at least like when you were working two jobs, because you were working two jobs.
I was coaching a bit, and then
so like when you were like balancing everything the most, like how describe one of those days.
Well, so let's go to the time when as I was kind of just about to get introduced to Motus.
Yeah,
like when you called me, you contacted me because that was the time I was waking up at like stupid o'clock in the morning, like 6 or 7, to go to the Oslo Movement Gym, which is like a 30-minute ride out of Oslo, because it was winter, because obviously I just moved there in October, and that's when like no outdoor training. So I'd wake up at that time, I'd go to the Oslo Movement Gym because classes started around 2. So if I wanted to get any training in like by myself,
you had to go in the morning.
I had to go in the morning. So I woke up that early, I went training, just went training, like just absolutely smashed it by myself in the gym, and then after that I'd coach for like maybe a couple of hours
at the same gym. So you did have to be at the gym anyway.
It depends because the coaching hours were like very varied. It completely depended.
Really?
Because I wasn't one of the main coaches. It was just like I kind of.
So would you ever arrive like really early and then you'd end up training for quite a lot of the day before you coach?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or sometimes like I'd train after coaching because coaching was sometimes in the nighttime. So I'd coach in the nighttime and then train in the nighttime. Okay. But then restaurant job came around, which was like in the evening. So it was like train, coach, go back, maybe gym. If I'm too tired, not gym, then go to work.
Yeah.
But then recently, it's just been like, because I've stopped coaching completely now, just because money and time, like it's
too many fans turning up to classes and
basically. Yeah. No, but working in the restaurant just gives you so much like
money.
Yeah, basically. It was just 10 times easier to live while working like kind of full time in a restaurant.
Yeah.
And being able to like, because it gave me more time for training as well. Which sounds strange, but it did.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah. It's what I think the most interesting thing there is that like so many people, because you were getting up. It's not like you were training for any goal. It wasn't like, I'm going to train so I can get on Motus. I'm going to train to like enter this competition. You were just getting up because you love training.
Yeah.
And you were like, cool, if I want to get a good session in, I've got to get up at 6 or 7.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's what I had to do.
Yeah, whereas a lot of people would just be like, oh, fuck, the only time I can go... Keelan's smiling because he knows it's him. Like... you literally were like, this is me. Yeah, there's a lot of people, and I feel like you would be like, oh, if I wanted to train, the only time I could train is like I'd have to get up at 6. And then you wouldn't do it.
Yeah, exactly that.
Whereas there's that extra like drive there.
Yeah,
and look where it got you. You got on Motus like 3 years after Keelan, so it was not worth it.
Not at all.
No.
But yeah,
no, it's sick. It's very, very cool. I think it's good to hang around with people who are, please stay here, motivated. Yeah.
Stay in England.
Change me.
It's just like you said, it's that motivation. Like, I mean, I'm not perfect. Like, you do have those days where you'll wake up and sometimes you'll be like, oh, if I want to train, the only time is now. Yeah. But you just might not have the motivation.
Do you not get the thing, like, going to bed, you feel really motivated, and then in the morning you wake up and you've kind of lost it, and you're like,
I totally get what you mean, but you just push through it. If you push through it, it's like, oh, I'm up now. It's like, oh yeah, let's crack on. Like,
see, I can get up. Yeah. Like I'm a fucking early bird all day, but when I go to bed, I'm like, oh, I'm so fucking unhealthy. I need to like actually do some exercise. I'm like, tomorrow morning, I'm gonna go for a run. And I wake up, and I'm like,
nope.
I'll just take Dara for a walk. I'll do. Like,
no, that's the thing. You've got to push through it, because there's been times where like, because I'm working and we're training, I haven't been able to go to the gym, and like the gym's a big part of my life. So like, I really push myself to go to the gym. So it's like, okay, I can't go to the gym because we're going sauna. I can't go to the gym because we're training after sauna, and then I've got work. So it's like, oh, fuck it, I've got to get up at like 6 to go to the gym before the sauna. So you
fact that in, even though you've done all that physical exercise. Yeah. You're like, well, I need the gym as well.
Yeah, I do.
But what do you focus on at the gym?
What? Just basic lifts.
Yeah, just to clarify, when we say gym, we're talking like working out.
Yeah, like gym.
So you lift?
Yeah.
See,
yeah.
Do you
follow any program or anything?
Yeah, I'm doing, like, I used to do Tom Taylor's program, but then Callum contacted me, and I'm a little guinea pig for Callum now. Cool. So basically, he just gave me some, like, he just wanted to test out his, I don't know how much I can actually say on this. That's the thing. I don't know what. But
you're doing favours for Callum. Yeah. Physical, sweaty favours.
Exactly. Yeah. But it's great because, it's just.
Are you getting paid £10,000? Oh, we should talk about that.
What?
Oh yeah,
£10,000.
Oh yeah,
the sort of thing. But that's sick. Yeah, I need to just come live in Kent, and you can be my personal trainer, and you can be Keelan's personal motivator.
Please.
So wait, what happens if someone's listening to this and they're living in an area where they don't actually have many people to train with? Even though we did do that last podcast about building a
because obviously it's tricky. Like if you live in a shit place that's very unmotivating.
Yeah, and I'm not talking for me because I do have people to train with, but like someone else. And
well, I had nobody to train with when I first moved to Norway.
Really?
Like I was, all I did was solo train. Now I'm absolutely sick of it because I burnt myself out. But for like a year and a half, all I did was solo train because again, my two friends that moved to Oslo this summer, they were in Stavanger, which is like very far north. Everybody's kind of scattered around. The Oslo community it's not big, and it was pretty dead. And like my roommate,
you don't make it seem dead.
No, it's not. It's actually growing, and it's getting a lot better now. And I feel that's because
I think that's probably
we've had a presence.
I thought you were gonna go. I think that's because of me.
Yeah. I think you definitely had a big part in that, though.
It's definitely not just because of me. Like people have always trained, but like, I've said this before. Like Norwegians are quite kept to themselves. Yeah. And, like just people go out training, just nobody knows about it. Yeah. Like you're like, oh, I went training yesterday. I'm like, well, why didn't you tell me? Like I could have joined or something like that. But yeah, it's just everybody to their own. But this summer, like we've definitely it's flourished.
I feel like video content does help that kind of thing because it's like if somebody else sees, as we said, we spoke about it. Like if somebody sees somebody else training in the city, they're like, well, and it looks like fun. They're like, yeah, go on, then I'll get involved.
I was just so motivated because of the parks as well, though. Like I love swinging, so training by myself was not really too much of a problem. In winter, it was just like, oh, I'm stuck to the same gym. But like in summer, it was just glorious because
many
parks and swings, and just set up my camera and just speaker on and just smash swings.
Yeah, that's very, very cool.
Do you ever write anything down?
No,
like you don't. Most of your stuff you do is physical, apart from like photos.
I have a lot of ideas. Editing. Yeah, I have like I have like a lot of things in my head. Just like, oh, I want to do that. I've still got so many things from the parks I want to do.
What's your book?
I got that like just like a couple of weeks before
Oh,
I came
okay.
here. It was just
Did you
like,
bring a book here?
It's like a list book.
yeah, I just wanted to start like, because I noticed because I'm a big procrastinator, like anybody, well, not everybody, like Giles doesn't seem to be, but Keelan definitely does seem to be. And like,
I am. I just procrastinate by building IKEA apparently, and like painting tape. Like my procrastination is doing other productive things that are utterly useless to the end goal. I'm just like,
That is so much better than anything that I procrastinate doing.
Yeah, I have so many things that I know I could be doing. And this is the thing, it's not like they're going to actually get me anywhere, but there's just these things that I could do as first steps to like, benefit me in the future. But sometimes I do procrastinate on that. So this book's mainly just to be like, right, okay, write these down.
Yeah,
just, like,
but also you do need, especially with a lifestyle like yours, you do need some fucking chill out time.
Yeah.
Minecraft.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing, right?
I was going to say that. What do you do? Like, is there
When do you do Minecraft? In the middle of the night?
Yeah, super late, because I used to get home from work at 10. If I was not like going out to play pool or something with Kenneth and Sander, like I'd just go in and we play some games until like
meet you on
o'clock.
Discord.
Yeah.
But then when do you sleep if you get up at 6?
I've always been an absolute terrible sleeper, and everybody can vouch for me on this. I do not sleep.
Yeah. Well, I know that now. We slept with the light on last night.
Come on, because you were watching. Look, right, I'm terrified of ghosts and
You were watching scary things.
Bad childhood. Okay, leave me alone. But yeah.
God, I haven't slept with the light on in years. I feel like I wouldn't be able to.
It was hard.
Well, Keenan freaked me out because he kept on talking about sleep paralysis and getting up bloody YouTube videos and stuff.
I love it.
Yeah.
I've never had it though.
Yeah, you wait. It'll kick in one day and you'll be like, fuck!
And one day.
I watched a video that said, because I always thought it was safe, but I watched a video where the guy explained his experience and he was like, oh, it was like I could see out the back of my head, the side of my head, the front of my head. My eyes were shut, but I could see everything. And I was like, fuck. So shutting your eyes and covering yourself with a...
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but you're asleep. You can't cover your face. You're asleep. What have you done? Have you just pulled out your headphones?
Yeah.
And Keelan's pulled out his headphones. He can't hear us. He's a...
Anyway, my basically, I'm terrified now.
It'll
I
get
thought
you.
I wasn't going to get it, but I probably will.
Yeah. What's that noise?
Yeah, what is that?
Oh,
It's
we
the
didn't
water
factor
heater.
that in.
We didn't factor in the water heater.
Can you hear it on the... Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's fine. It's a plane going over.
Super professional.
Wicked. So what, I mean, have you got any...
What can we take from this?
Yeah. Come on, inspire me.
Wait,
Well, you already inspire me.
I need inspiration, and people can take it from you giving me advice. What would your advice to me be to, like, if I wanted to train more and I wanted to just
It's just going to be do it, isn't it? It's
procrastinate
just gonna,
less? Come on,
It's
give me
hot.
something good. Not just the Nike just do it thing.
Yeah, it's so hard because a big motivator for myself and what I do and like the parkour stuff, the filming stuff, like the photo stuff, it's just because I really, really enjoy it.
Yeah.
So like just get whatever you
maybe I
enjoy
just don't
and do
enjoy
it.
it.
Like again, after work, I recently went out for like a little night shoot, and it's the most therapeutic thing for me to just whack headphones in, stick a podcast on, and just shoot at night in the rain.
yeah, if you ever want to mug Jordan, head out, 10:30 around Oslo streets.
Yeah.
He'll have his headphones in and he'll have a nice expensive camera on him and he won't be able to hear you coming.
Nope, not at all. Yeah,
just-
some lady like
amazing.
came behind me and like tapped me on the shoulder and was like, but she's Norwegian. She was like, are you okay? I was like, oh yeah, I was just taking photos. I'm like crouching down on the floor.
Yeah, because I mean that's the other thing is, I mean we spoke about you doing the lookbook, but you also seem to find time to like. It's not like you shoot continuously, but I mean even like when we were doing the Soul Destroyer lookbook, and then you were doing the not the TMP mag, the book. The
photo book.
The photo book.
Yeah.
You were like up late. Like I will go to sleep and then at 4 a.m. there'll be a message on WhatsApp from Jordan. He's like, "Oh, here's 300 photos," and I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like,
that's another time thing. It's like I can't really do it any other time.
yeah.
So yeah, if I got to do it, it's got to be late.
So your why, in terms of like what is your why, is basically because you enjoy it.
Yeah.
What's your end? What's your goal?
The end goal is to be able to just I would love to pursue photography in like a professional kind of
Is that
way.
the backup career once
That is
your
the
body?
backup career. So like, obviously if Motus doesn't go well, if Motus goes really well, photographer for Motus, like do all that stuff. But if it doesn't go well, then just like a freelance or for some company or something. I've actually been looking at like internships and stuff around Oslo for like, if photographers are needed or something like that.
That'd be kind of sick if you like
so easily do that.
Yeah, there's not many options though.
Ridiculous.
That's the thing. I've been looking around. It's just like,
make your own path, bro.
yeah, exactly. But freelance photography is really hard
Yeah,
to like actually get clients, especially like.
And you've got to suck your own dick a bit and be like, I'm amazing. Like you've got to sell yourself pretty hard.
Very much.
Would
You've
you?
got so many photos to show people.
Yeah.
Portfolio is going to be.
Would you?
big.
Is there any enjoyment from the restaurant stuff?
Like, that's the thing. Working in this restaurant has actually been nice. Like it's not like I'm going to work.
Because you work long shifts, right? And it sounds fucking horrible given that Sarah opened a bottle of wine wrong the other night and you were like, oh, you'd get fired for that. It sounds kind of strict. So
It's like it hasn't been because of Corona recently, and like the restaurant's been so dead. Like I've literally had one customer like every shift. It's just so dead. I'm sitting there like just on my laptop. I've been taking some photos for the restaurant as well.
sending voice notes in the toilet.
Yeah, exactly. Like running in the toilet, doing a quick voice message to Giles. But before that, it was just nice because it went pretty fast because you had a lot of customers. The restaurant's very small. It's cozy. Norwegians are typically very nice. Sometimes come off a bit rude, but that's just a culture thing. Like you get over that. But yeah, it's just nice. Like
so, it's like it's not something. It's not like, oh, I want to work in the restaurant business for the rest of my life.
No,
but
no.
you've found a nice thing to keep money coming because it's basically it's a good money.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. Because like I used to work in a trampoline park when I lived in England. That was the same type of thing. Like I really, really I did enjoy that. It's not like I went to work being like, yes, I get to go to work, but I enjoyed it and it allowed me to do what I'm doing now.
I honestly wish I had kept up, or even because it's weird because I slowed down the filmmaking stuff to focus on Motus, even when Motus wasn't earning me any money, but just because of time.
Yeah.
But I actually wish I'd done almost like a side job. Thing purely for money, but also just like almost to help establish the work-life balance. Because I think it was Davis on the Into the Mind podcast with Marlon was saying, Marlon from Woodford, was saying like when he was living in Boston, he was like, oh, like I've never had any time, but he was essentially like, I think he was just working at the gym.
Yeah.
And like he had loads of time, but he always said he was busy, he never had any time. Then he moved to California and got a job in Starbucks and then found that even though he had less time, he was doing more because he now had restrictions to that time. So he was like, I have to, he was like setting himself time blocks and it was like, okay, I have to do this within that time. So it's almost good to restrict yourself to like something.
Yeah.
That's true.
For sure.
Sick.
You're crazy.
You're crazy, bro.
You're crazy.
Well, this is quite serious, isn't it? We haven't spoken about poo or anything. We happy with this? We feel like we spoke about some good stuff.
I'm covered. See you later.
All right.
Inspired me.
Star just gave 10 grand to a random photographer who doesn't do parkour.
Yeah, to be honest, I haven't even looked up the person who...
He takes sick photos.
Takes very nice photos.
I can't remember his name.
Optical something, I think it was.
Octopus.
Optical octopus.
I think it's Optical Wanderer.
Yeah, that's it.
Octopus Wanderer.
Here we go. He's called Sam. Boop. And he follows Motus, but we don't follow him. Sorry, mate. Yeah, from looking at his story, because I saw it pop up a few times, I think Stora like reshared him. He obviously was pretty on it in terms of chasing them down. Like I think he committed like hard, and it obviously paid off. Like our suspicions were true. I don't think we voiced them on the podcast, but that they
would hide is with the Storrington thing, because I kind of wasn't following it. That is the place, isn't it? So did they give out loads of different locations in Storrington and one of them had the money in it?
No, apparently they gave out 5 clues
to where the
and I think they were just waiting there with the money.
Yeah, okay.
But the suspicion that we had was that like, why else would they have 10 grand in cash? Mm-hmm. Obviously it's a cool bragging thing for YouTube, but they could have quite easily just said like, we'll give you 10 grand. But the fact that they had it, it's like, okay, well, they're probably going to give it away anyway. So
that's sick.
That's pretty sick. So many people, like Tobias Snow was obviously so close.
I'm so sad because I was messaging Tobias so much during it, and oh man,
he tried so hard.
I would have like imagine just being like,
he was living it. He was proper like, he lives in a van as well, so he was getting up. It was his life.
Him and his dog
over it.
smashing it.
Imagine if you saw like the Sam guy just like up the hill ahead of you, like running towards them. You're like, oh fuck, like. like Rat Race.
Was there a photo with Tobias in it as well?
I think that, I think
they had a
group photo, and I think a few other people must have got there. Like,
Yeah.
that must have been pretty sad.
I wonder whether I haven't looked to see if
I
they're
think on the
facing
photo
that.
he looks pretty sad in the back.
Yeah.
He's just like,
I saw David Nelms put on his story. He was like, what would you do with 10 grand if you won it? And some of the answers were ridiculous. They were like, oh, build a gym. It was like, you can't build a gym. And like, I can't remember what it was. Like, and they were like,
build a gym.
somebody was like, sort of invest. I don't know. Somebody listed out some shit, and it was like, you can't do one of those things for 10 grand.
with 10
like,
grand,
but
seems like a lot of money. It's actually not a lot of money.
yeah, I mean, how much you got paid? Quite a lot for a job recently.
So I did shows at like a theme park thing, and I got like a lot of money for that. But it was so much money, and it's literally made my summer 10 times better because of how much I got.
Yeah.
But,
Buying beers for the boys while playing pool.
Yeah,
like.
exactly.
Mate, you took your friends out for dinner, I swear.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that was just a nice thing.
Yeah, of course I did.
Of course I did. No, that's nice. Yeah, we all take care of each other. So,
Oh, go on, take care of me. Stay for an extra week.
Oh God, here we go. I would, but
No, we're not having this discussion on air. We'll have this discussion afterwards, Jordan.
I was going to drop it that I'm actually staying for 2 extra weeks.
Oh, please.
Boom, boom.
Oh, no.
God.
No? Good. I've forgotten what I was going to say.
Don't even know what you were saying.
10
About
grand.
the 10 grand.
Yeah, I was just going to agree with you that like you get a large sum of money and you're like,
Yeah.
yes. And then before, especially, this is another thing that we should speak about.
Yes.
But actually, you know that idea I had about money and a certain someone talking, I messaged you.
No.
Don't worry.
Anyway.
We to do a podcast that covers. We want to do a podcast that talks a lot about money and
and
stuff
how to
like this.
manage money.
Yeah. It's because that's the thing. Some people get paid for a job. Like you might do a job for a commercial and you're like, oh, sick, I got paid 10 grand.
Yeah.
But
So
then you might not get another job. I mean, you're the same. You've had big jobs, but you don't
When
get
I did, and I'd be stupid and
Yeah.
not like blow it all on something, but like you wouldn't think about the next few months.
You're like, I might not get another job this big for 6 months.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
But you
the
don't think
budgeting.
that, especially when you've just got a big job. You think, oh, it's all coming in.
Yeah,
like, it's
yeah,
all
yeah, yeah.
it's falling into plan.
Cash is king.
I am happy what I did with the money because again, I got this amount of money and I've wanted a new camera for God knows how long now, and like new lenses and everything. I just want to upgrade my gear, but I got all this money and I was like, okay, I could do that, but then that's going to leave me with like not much. And I'm glad I did like not do that, even though it would be beneficial and I have like a sick camera and stuff. It actually allowed me to live comfortably.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
maybe four.
Exactly. You
4
had the
months.
best summer of your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just because of the money, but because of the Corona situation.
Yeah.
I wasn't working as much, therefore, like I would only just be kind of paying bills and like not having much money left over. So
Yeah, you got more freedom with that.
exactly.
And also, you're still banging out crazy photos. with
Oh
what
yeah,
you've
of
got.
course. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Ever heard about insurance fraud? Just insure that, smash it, and then get a new one.
Oh yes.
Easy.
Is that actually a thing?
Yes.
Yeah, people do it.
I've done it many times.
Wait, what?
I'm joking. It's just I break everything, don't I?
Yeah. I'm really scared because my mum might legitimately appear soon. I'm not sure when she's...
Can't wait to see
There
it.
was something
No, please.
important to mention.
What?
I don't-
About my mum?
No.
On the podcast?
Yeah.
Well, we can dig into the phone. We got the phone. There was something else though.
There was something else very, very important.
Oh, was it like drama from a week or so ago?
Oh, it wasn't, but someone did ask me to talk about that if we were going to talk about it, but I don't really know what.
We've had
we can say.
numerous messages about the Jimmy the Giant stuff, but if we'd recorded this last week, it would have felt a little bit more relevant.
Yeah.
It's kind of calmed slightly, and I think him and Daryl apparently had a long phone call. It was an interesting. I don't know how. It's kind of been spoken about in great detail in other places, and with this podcast, it's too fucking dumb to talk about some of this stuff sometimes.
Yeah,
but
I wouldn't want to offend anyone.
My,
I think personally, I learnt from their situation a bit.
Yeah, it was really interesting because the divide that I saw from witnessing it was on Instagram. It was definitely, there was a big cultural thing because loads of like, obviously predominantly white English people, but even like Joe Scander and things were like, this just sounds like an accent.
Yeah.
Whereas culturally, I guess in America, there's a lot more, whatever the word is, like, accents can mean a lot more, and there's obviously sort of more connotations behind them. So that was really interesting, one, to see that. There was definitely some really bad reactions from people where they were just like, nah fam, you're all pussies, like that's a fine accent to do, blah blah blah. And it's like, well, actually, if people are quite offended and it involves race, then you should probably step back and admit that. But then it did bring up an interesting thing of like, well, where is an accent allowed and where isn't? Obviously, in the way I see it, if it starts to infringe on anything that involves racism and people start to get offended because of racial connotations, it's like, whoa, fuck, sorry, didn't mean that.
It's such a fine line,
But at the same time, it's like, George is a prime example of having like a fantastic accent that adds to his character, that it's fun to emulate. And then it's like, shit,
we emulate it all the time.
Is it wrong to emulate it?
Yeah, like, that's what you said after the Jimmy the Giant thing happened. We were like, oh shit, like we never really thought, does George give a shit when we do that? I mean, I don't think he does, but some people could. And like,
it's very,
could do.
Because obviously racism is bad straight up. There's people, depending on different cultural circumstances and backgrounds, have different opinions on what counts as racism. And this is a continued debate that needs to be kind of, it's a conversation that has to be had, hence the conversations between Jimmy and Darren and stuff like this. And I don't think this podcast is the right place to dive in on that. No. But so, as you said, it's like that learning thing of suddenly you're like, fuck, is taking the piss out of Robbie's Scottish accent and going like, Robbie Griffith. Like, exactly. He's not going to find that offensive, but where is the line?
Yeah.
Very strange.
And also that's like
Jordan can't say book.
Yeah. Or film.
Or film.
Or poor.
Or
poor, yeah.
Poor. But that's the thing, like, I mean, now we're doing it on podcast so everyone can hear it, but like, there's a difference because we're just doing it amongst ourselves, you know.
That's the thing. It's such a thin line. Yeah. But and like, if I was offended by it,
you'd just say.
But that's the thing. Like, that's what this kind of topic's about. It's like, oh, if I sat here now and you were like, oh, you can't say book, and I was like, oh, what? Like, you can't be like that. Like, then it's like, oh, okay, you guys would be like, but then okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
But it's the people that can't see that. It's the people who, because they're not living it, they can't see what's wrong about it, even though they might not feel like it's wrong because it's like just an accent or just joking about a word. It's like they can't see it because they're not living it, kind of thing.
Yeah. Fucking hell, that just reminded me when I was drunk. I was in London. Nice. It was the only time I've been to London in months. I was drunk at the station. I went out for a meeting and it turned into beers and
the meeting turned into beers.
Yeah, you know. Yeah. I was sitting on the floor at London Bridge Station eating a Leon, and there was this guy being so racist to this like Indian guy, and his girlfriend was trying to stop him, and I was like, it was one of these really tricky things. Like, basically, he was just putting on a heavy Indian accent and calling the guy like, I can't remember what it was called. He was calling him some like stereotypical racist name and being like, basically doing like a poo from The Simpsons kind of, you know, that kind of thing. And the guy was just ignoring him and like doing the right thing and not buying to it. It was late at night, and I was like sitting on the floor, and the guy had been talking to me previously.
What, the racist guy?
The racist guy. He was just like a lad, like proper like, and it was one of those things I was like, fuck, do I say something? And I didn't until he was then like, because his girlfriend was like, sort of like, no, Tom, stop it, it's mean or something. And he was like, turned to me and he was like, it's not mean, is it? And I was like, it's not really on, mate. Like, and I kind of answered his question. But what I should have done is obviously stood up and been like, mate, shut the fuck up. But also I was like, I don't particularly want to get laid out on the floor by this guy. Like,
what did he say?
He was just like kind of just, and then their train came in and but it was, it's a tough fucking.
At least he did like kind of ask you.
His girlfriend was pretty sick. Like she was definitely more sober than him, and was very much trying to keep him in his place. But it was obviously one of those things where you can see this like guy's like darker sort of side come out, and I was like, oh fucking hell. And there's a lot of that in the world. That's the problem.
No, so much. So,
sick.
Let's not leave it on that.
No, racism's bad. Let's listen to some really offensive messages that people have probably left us on the phone, shall we?
Yes, that sounds good.
Who wants to go through it?
Jordan.
I always end up touching it, but I don't know. I don't know if we want to look at some voice messages or some questions.
We need to talk about music.
Shit.
I think we should finish on that.
Yeah, we got some.
While you choose, I'm sorry, I'm legit going to piss myself. And you guys can hear me piss from here.
Does anybody know what cream tea is?
Yeah, scones and things. Or scone. Do you say scone or scone?
Scone.
Oof. See, the thing is, I used to say scone, and then I think I hung around with posh people, and now I say scone. But
oh, really? You used to say scone?
What's the question?
Hi guys, important question. Cream tea. Does the jam or the cream go on top?
The jam.
Yeah, the jam goes on top.
It goes.
What do you mean by? I'm definitely not
cream. A cream tea is like I don't think officially had one, but you get like cream tea restaurants down in like Brighton and things,
okay.
and you get like your scone or your scone, and then you get like your whipped creamy buttery stuff.
Yeah, okay.
And then you put that on, and then you put the jam on top, because obviously the jam is like the fucking icing. It's like the
I guess the cream's like the butter type of stuff.
Yeah, it's like the jam's like the show.
Yeah,
it's like putting a cherry on top of a cake. Why the fuck would the jam go underneath? You idiot. You idiot.
Oh god, these are very long. I'm sorry, that's such a big paragraph.
I can never remember the phone number, but it's in the description of this podcast, along with a 10% off discount code. So, scroll down and use that on the website, because we've just restocked some stuff. We've got some new stuff coming up soon, kind of soon. Not like it, I don't really know. Corona wasn't affecting things, and now it seems to be affecting things again. And I'm a little bit scared that it's all going to get horrifically delayed and we're going to miss Christmas. But we'll be fine. Come on, Jordan.
I'm trying. There's a lot of really long questions.
Find a voice message and just hit play and hope it isn't that really offensive one from last time.
Right. I've found a voice message.
Oh, shit. I haven't turned it up. Pause it. Let me turn the phone up. All right.
Yes, we can all hear it.
Let's try it.
I've got some sweet merch ideas. First, I definitely want some bobbleheads. With the team training big eye.
Oh my god, that's a good idea.
As the heads for the bobblehead.
Yeah.
I want a calendar, and one day each month there's a random block that's scratch and sniff.
Oh.
But you don't know which day it is, so you have to scratch every single day to figure it out. And then I want one of those color-changing mugs.
Pause it. What's the smell? If it's a scratch and sniff? Is it like Keelan's armpit?
Wait, I don't get it. What is he on about?
He was saying a monthly calendar. So firstly, bobbleheads is fucking genius.
That's such a good
There is
idea.
a guy who I used to speak to a fair amount, who I actually know makes models and things. If you're listening to this, which you might be, and you have that capability, let's fucking make it happen.
Yeah, that sounds sick. But what
he was saying a calendar?
But what does he mean by a scratch? Like you see, there's a day that
you know a scratch and sniff book, right?
No, never.
What? You used to get scratch and sniff books, and it would be like.
Do you know about scratch and sniff book?
Yeah.
Fuck. And it would be like there were like ancient history ones, and it would be like, scratch this for a smell of the Roman baths, and it would just smell like shit. You'd be like, oh. Like literally.
What do you mean? What do you scratch? Scratch something off?
Yeah, like a bit of the page, and they'd somehow embed a smell in it. Bit like do you remember Smelly Jellies, the pens?
No.
They were like Bic pens that had smells in them.
No, it's smelly.
We once sent with our school, we had to send this like package to, I don't know, like I can't remember what it was, like poor kids somewhere in another country.
Oh yeah.
And everyone used Smelly Jellies, and we suddenly realized they're going to open this thing after it's traveled like thousands of miles, and we're like with this like explosion of just like
smells,
plasticky flavors.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's saying
so you scratch, like, what does he mean when it gets to a certain day on the calendar? You scratch it and it smells like something.
And it smells like something,
right? Yeah. What about the sniff? Oh, is that the smell?
Well, yeah, you sniff the smell.
Well, I swear you were like, what do you mean the sniff?
No, but what does it smell like?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Each month will be a different photo, so it'll be like you naked, and then like
Darwin's fart.
Oh god, that's such a distinct smell as well.
It's so bad.
Maybe everyone is like, we could imagine if we did our own Harry Potter jelly beans, the flavored ones.
Oh, that would be nice. And some of them could be Darwin's fart.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Juicy. All right. Okay. Hit play again.
And your cheap coffee.
I lost it. Hang on. I was looking for.
Oh, you lost it.
No, I haven't lost it. I was just looking for it.
That's scratch and sniff. Yeah. But you don't know which day it is, so you have to scratch.
In future, please don't send us messages while you're driving.
And then I want one of those color-changing mugs.
Yeah.
That is just the most ridiculously crazy thing as the reveal picture, but just totally looks like a Motus podcast mug.
That sounds quite fun.
Some good ideas.
Do you mean that sounds like fun. I mean, to be fair, he's probably concentrating on driving and not trying to string sentences together.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, we could do that. You can get custom made mugs. They change color with the heat, the water. Yeah.
So it could be something really, really horrible.
So basically, Motus Prodcast merch is going to be just absolutely tacky naff things.
We should just do a wig of your hair.
Yes.
Sell a Keelan wig.
Yeah, sell a Keelan wig.
And we could just do like a dress up as Motus pack, and you get like a nose ring,
you get your bit,
and a little goatee and a nose ring.
That's actually so good.
What else could we get?
There's like a Halloween thing.
What did you get for George? A skin fade, like just like a bald cap, but it's just a skin fade around the side of his head.
Yeah.
Max would be a wig.
Yeah.
Luke would be.
What would Luke's be?
Can Luke still take his teeth out or not?
Yeah, would it
just be a retainer?
Would be a retainer? Luke's retainer.
Luke's kind of just unfortunately like just. I don't want to say good looking in a weird way, but he's just like
he's just not like there's nothing you can pick at.
He hasn't got anything extra.
No.
He's got quite thick eyebrows, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose so.
A bit boring though.
I mean, you get a bald cap from Marks.
Yeah, that's easy.
That's very easy.
Johnston's a tricky one. Johnston's kind of similar.
I think you probably just get one of those suits that make you look like
a nude
Superman.
suit. No, a nude suit.
A nude muscly suit.
Yeah.
Johnston never.
Oh yeah, he is muscly. Yeah. Robbie.
I don't know
what would Robbie be. Oh no.
I don't know. Oh, I just thought of something.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. All right, carry on.
Oh God. Shall I do another question?
Apologies to any Motus athletes we forgot there. There's always one.
We did.
Yeah. Yeah, doing what we got.
Shall I do another voice one or
whatever you want?
Right. Okay. Well, I've got this question now. So, what do you think?
You're speaking past the mic. You're like,
sorry. I'm having to read. Right. I can just put it up. So, what do you think? Hang on. What do you all think of the Discord? What do you all think of the Discord platform for parkour, such as the Move Mag and Jimmy the Giant servers? Could this be the new forum of parkour?
Maybe. I don't think the right one has come around that's like fully active.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. I'm not really in both of them that much.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm in the Jimmy the Giant one, but I haven't since we had the like group thing. I haven't been in it.
Yeah,
since,
there's nothing. There might be. I don't want to offend them, but I don't think there's anything that makes me want to go back into it.
Yeah.
I just can't.
I mean, you're just old, so.
But I was into the Jimmy the Giant one.
Yeah.
And used
really?
it when he first set it up, and there was a big talk about like parkour and stuff, and I used it for like probably like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But it's just fucking non-stop notifications.
Yeah,
that is a bit annoying to be fair. Yeah.
I was like, I either read this thing every time there's a notification, or I miss out on loads of conversation and just kind of catch up randomly. And in the end, I was just like, it just got annoying, and I was like, cool, I'm closing this thing down.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't feel like I've missed out on it. I mean, I probably have. But
I do like Discord though, but I think there just needs to be the right reason for.
I've heard really good things.
Yeah,
and as you said, like I've heard ones that work.
Yeah, it's very easy to just like split things up into different chats and stuff.
No, Discord's so good for just getting in touch with friends and stuff, and yeah.
I've spoken to you more on Discord than real life, I reckon.
Yeah, you probably have. Yeah.
Now, yeah.
Just hours in Minecraft.
Yeah, literally.
Most of it's silent though, because you end up just in a trance.
Yeah, that's when we play, and then it's just like,
you're in a full-on conversation, but all you're doing in the game is just running and jumping for hours, because like you can't talk and do stuff. So your character's just running and jumping, and then you've got to go get more food to eat because your like stamina's going down. And then you realise you're like, fuck, like 2 hours gone by and I don't remember doing anything.
Wow.
Games are a strange thing. It's like one of those things that I love. I love playing games and like
We smashed.
But it is such a time waster.
It is.
Like, it's so bad and it takes up so much time.
Telling me.
Gaming is tricky.
It is. It's a hard one because
so
like,
bad.
I do want to be like, oh, I'm allowed to like play some games, but when I play games, I'm just so aware of how much time I'm wasting, and I could have been doing something like 10 times more productive.
It's like, I need to stay in England because I haven't figured that out yet.
It's like, you can't.
What you mean?
You can't go like, oh, no games forever, because unless you are so. It's the same with everything. Like it's so hard to be regimented, but. I just have little periods where I'll get obsessed with something. Yeah. Usually if it's new, but then like, I mean, Tony Hawk's was great for me.
Yeah, you were obsessed with it, but you weren't like overdoing it with it. Like you. I just think now because like I care so much more about other stuff to the point where I like
probably need to care about other things.
Yeah.
Like I forgot to do my teeth yesterday until the end of the day.
That's good. Yeah.
Even though I had a toothbrush here and I didn't do it.
Yeah.
You're not at home.
Shut up. What are you talking? Go on, let's smack another one.
Smack another one. Oh, God.
We should probably speak about music and then make everyone stop listening.
Yeah, probably.
What?
Do we not have the top fives and the?
Oh my God, we do. They're over here. Hold up.
Top fives?
Oh, you're in for a treat.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Keelan, talk while I find a question.
No, fuck it.
No, screw the question.
If people can't.
What's this?
Oh, what is this here?
Oh, these top 5 questions.
If people can't, oh, my mum's on her way. All right, we are running out of time. If people can't come up with good subject matter, I'm sure you have, but we just haven't put enough time into reading the phone.
Yeah, we need to read them beforehand.
The phone was out of battery, so we just charged it.
Full paragraph.
All right.
Oh God.
Oh,
that's
Jesus.
Charles's mum.
Yeah. No, it's Sarah. Okay. Pick one. Just one.
That is one. That's a very long one.
What does it
say? No, that's not one. That's a different thing. Okay, pick one. Go. It's a love letter.
We got loads of them. Pick 5 up there.
All right. What is it?
Bands.
Bands?
That's so perfect. There we are.
Top 5 bands. Let's go.
Top 5 bangs. But bangs?
Bangs.
Oh God.
Top 5 bangs.
So definitely. So Architects. While She Sleeps.
Yeah.
Straight from the Path.
Oh, this is so convenient.
Are you ordering these? Or are you just going off?
I'm just going off.
Okay.
I don't even think I have.
Can you order them? Because this is way too easy already.
Jesus Christ. If I was going to order my days, that's so hard.
They don't need to be permanent, but just right now.
I think Stray would be at the top.
Really? It's number 1?
Yeah, but it's hard because I feel like if I was going to Architects and While She Sleeps would be at the same.
Yeah.
But because I don't want to put While She Sleeps below Architects.
What about an Australian?
Polaris as well. Yeah.
Are they on that list?
Yeah, they're so, yeah, of course. I don't actually
need to get that finger out, you know? There you go.
A 5th band, Jesus. Probably. Oh, it's
Foxjaw?
where do I put?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'd say
really
Bring Me
listen
the
to
Horizon or Enter Shikari, but I don't know which one I'd put in the 5th position.
Now, the craziest thing about this, right, is the fact that a year ago, Jordan's music taste was fucking.
It wasn't actually. It was, yeah.
And it still is to a degree, which is fine because you're allowed many.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
You showed me some bangers in the car.
Yeah. No, I listen to good music.
Yeah. I feel like you and me have got fairly, because we both like a decent amount of grimy rap and things.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I don't listen to the. I listen to grime and metal and some
like
grimy metal.
It's like Frank Ocean and Tyler.
Yeah, you like a lot of Frank Ocean, don't you?
Yeah.
Frank Ocean's sick. He showed me a really good song. Frank Ocean.
And then you said that you've always kind of been into heavy music.
Always have. Yeah.
But I feel like you didn't know the right heavy music.
No,
and then we found out you're fucking mates with an incredible band that we won't name because we want to use their music. Me and Keelan have been listening to a band non-stop recently, and then Jordan just looked at my Spotify and went, "Oh, you know them?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Yeah, I know them. They're good mates." What the fuck?
That is sick.
But I basically.
Have you seen who you've converted?
I know. I played I have a playlist. If anyone wants it, I got a playlist on my Spotify called Conversion Therapy. And if you want to get into heavy music, you listen to that, and apparently it works.
Yep.
And now Jordan likes heavy music.
Yep.
But that was good. Top 5. I agree with those.
Yeah. And it's important because how many of those have released new music? 3 of them.
Top 3. What's the ordering of the 3? So we have a new single by Architects, Animals.
Yeah.
We have Bring Me the Horizon with Teardrops. And
While She Sleeps
with Sleep Society.
Yeah.
Am I doing the order?
Give me the order of them.
110% Sleep Society at the top.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Architects, and then Bring Me the Horizon.
I'd probably do that. Bring Me in Architects, I think, depends on my mood. But Sleep Society at the top.
I haven't actually listened to the Teardrops enough though. So that could change, but I feel like, I don't know, when I listened to it with you and watched the music video, I was like, oh, this is cool, but it wasn't like...
Yeah, to anyone listening to this who's like, oh, they always talk about music in these bands, the amount of fucking messages I get now of people who are like, oh my God, there's a new Architect song. What do you think about it? On the like,
well, they got there before we did.
Yeah, Jared Abbott messaged us and was like, new Architect song, and we were like, nah, it's bullshit. There's no new Architect song. Like fully thought he was lying. Clicked the link thinking it was good. No, we didn't even click the link. We copied and pasted the link to check because we thought it was going to be some fucking
virus.
Not virus, but like some gore porn. Because it didn't come up with Jared's name on the WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And then it was a new Architect song.
That's sick.
The chuggy.
I like all of them.
And Architects has just announced their live stream show at the Royal Albert Hall, which we have tickets to.
Is that this November?
21st.
How do we get him back in the country?
He's not leaving.
Oh, yeah.
Still here.
We've established this.
We're going into lockdown and then he's not getting out.
Oh, yes. Good lockdown.
But yeah.
Quite a while.
I feel so bad for my parents, man.
What, because you're
because I'm in England, but
you're in the country.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah.
They're up north. They're locked down already.
Yeah.
Anything north of the M25 is just shut.
Just done.
There's a wall.
Finished.
But yeah, fucking good music. Just Nothing But Thieves just released a new album. If you don't know about them, check them out. They're also very good. But
do you know what's sick as well? All three of them, I think, have just very good music videos.
Yeah,
I think all three, like, they did a good job with
music videos are just getting too good now.
Yeah.
Well, and also two of them were directed and filmed by Tom Welsh, who's just a fucking
absolute legend. Yeah.
That's sick.
The sick thing about this, right, this new setup is technically, and I think this is kind of not allowed, especially if we put this on YouTube, but technically there is nothing stopping us going like, oh, that's sick.
No way.
So now we can just listen to the music that we like. We could technically, we could do like a review. We could be
Is
like,
that allowed though?
is that this?
Is this not like copyright?
That's that. Well, it is copyright, but like we're talking at the top of it, so nobody knows. Can we go to this fucking banging bit of the song? Where is it?
Stay. Oh no.
Like,
yes,
if you don't know while she sleeps.
This bit's so good.
I really hope we don't get a block for this. Apparently we're not talking, we're just listening.
It's
so good. The drumming here.
Welcome to the Sleep Society.
That bit's so good. It's ridiculous.
Prodigy.
It's silly.
Sorry to all those people who are like, oh,
Heavy music's inspired by the devil.
It fills you with happy bad energy.
good rage.
Yeah.
Kick a granny in the back.
Yeah, exactly.
Rage. But she's fine. That's the way I describe it. You just want to walk down the street and like kick people over, but they're fine.
Yeah.
But like, shall we wrap this up? Because my mum's going to knock on the door and
I want to see this present.
her dog's
sir.
probably coming. Yeah, the
Oh,
present.
is Yuli coming? Oh, I haven't seen Yuli.
The present.
The
It's a
present.
good present.
It is, but people don't get to see it yet. Tickety boo. Wicked. Send your questions to the phone.
And we won't read them.
We're doing really well with the phone, aren't we? We're like, yes, and send your questions, and then we're like, nah, too long. No, we'll do a proper one soon. Just me and Keelan without the Geordie here. But he's never leaving, so he can just sit in the corner.
Please don't leave. I
Please don't
promise.
leave.
I love being on the podcast. It's great.
I know, it's the easiest way
It's nice
to
with
convert.
these, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so good being able
So
to
much
hear
easier
yourself.
to hear all of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, cool. Anyone else got anything to say?
Alexa. Last night in my house, we were testing Alexa, and it's shocking.
It's so...
Going to my back door and being like, Alexa. And then it would just like hear.
No, like you say it
Really?
so quietly, and she just
So
has a little
quiet.
blue ring of light.
So
and
I
she
can
goes,
hardly
"Boop, boop."
hear it. Jordan, what did you say? Like
Like I literally went to the back of Keelan's kitchen, and I just went,
yeah,
like
it's
so quietly,
bad.
and she just picked it up, and it was like, whoa.
And he set a reminder that went off every hour, just that says "Silly Willy," and we were trying to watch Hill House, and like it was all dark, and you just hear your reminder, "Silly Willy."
Is your phone name still?
Oh, get it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that how we're going to end the podcast?
My phone
is that
name's
is
also
that
very
bad?
I don't think so. Is it still the? It's the.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's all right. This is Keelan's current Siri name.
Siri, what's my name?
You're Kellen, But you asked me to call you bitch, 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 botch.
Good night. Love you.